Welcome back. Today we're going to take a look at the top 10 cryptocurrencies by market cap. We're going to be taking a look at Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB, XRP, Cardano, Dogecoin, and then we'll end it with Solana at number 10. Let's get straight into it. Bitcoin against USDT. Here we are for Bitcoin. We have been dropping. However, excuse me. Be careful. Okay, there are two things I want you to look at. First thing is on the RSI, we are already oversold. It's not a good idea to, let's say for example, if you want to short the markets, right? It's not a good idea to open shorts when things are oversold, right? If you go back in history, right? When were we oversold? Yeah, we were oversold here. You know where were we here? When we were oversold? Right at the freaking bottom. You want to open a short here? Bad idea. The last time when we were oversold, where were we? Here. You know what happened after that? There was a strong rally that came, right? Even here, there was slightly oversold. You know what happened? There was a rally. Every time we are oversold, we are followed by a rally. Again, look at this. Oversold. You want to go short? You think the price is going to drop? Sure, it could. But what are the chances of it dropping rather than seeing a potential rally? Okay, this might be a weak rally, right? So we were anticipating a right shoulder. If you get a right shoulder, great. You might consider a short. But what if it's a strong rally, right? What if it didn't form any sort of a bearish reversal chart pattern? What if it turned bullish instead? What if it continued above the trend, right? Some signs of why you should be in a bullish state, right? It's not wrong to be in a bullish state. You can be bearish, you can be bullish, right? The bearish case is we get a right shoulder, we zip down. The bullish case is we're still above the skinny pink line. We respect the skinny pink line. 1, 2, we're already oversold, right? So a rally could just come anytime. It could come from here, right? I mean, of course, we could also dip a little bit lower before seeing a rally, right? It could be a weak type of a rally, or it could be a strong type of a rally. We don't know. The thing is that there's nothing for us to work with, right? We have been devoid of targets for Bitcoin for the moment. Eventually, we'll probably get targets, but at the moment, no. Could we drop all the way down? Of course, sure, of course we could drop all the way down, but I just don't see it yet. So we have no targets. We are aware of support and resistance areas, right? Noisy areas, I will call them, right? Again, this was a very noisy area because there was a consolidation over here. So we could zip all the way up to 38,000. Again, there's also some noise over here around 20k. So we were also open to the possibility of forming a head and shoulders as we drop to 20k. There's also a noisy area over here. We could drop to about 17k, 16, 17, somewhere there. Right. So again, we're not entirely sure. We don't see any clear signs of a proper tradable chart pattern yet for Bitcoin, so we're not going to be rushing into anything. Bitcoin dominance, just a reminder that we still have a target over here at 54%. We are still anticipating Bitcoin to continue higher, so which means that if Bitcoin drops, everyone else is going to drop even further. If we rise, Bitcoin is going to rise even faster than everyone else, so we have to be very careful. I feel Bitcoin is going to determine the direction that we are heading to for the next few weeks, months even. August, September, October, November. So again, we're not entirely sure at this point of time what the next short-term move is, but we're anticipating 54% to still be hit at the moment because we are still above the skinny pink line. We attempted to go above the skinny pink line, but we got slapped back down. We regrouped. We consolidated, we tried again, and then that's it. This was success. And we are still above the skinny pink line. So our bullish bias is still on for Bitcoin dominance. We still expect 54% to be hit. Of course, once we touch the skinny pink line, we will switch our bias, right? And if you see high quality bearish chart patterns, like maybe a head and shoulders, sure, we will switch. But for now, no. Alt season starts is when Bitcoin starts zipping down. So what alt season? Where? What alt? Yeah, it's not here yet. Eventually, but not yet. So we need to be careful about rushing into anything at this point of time. Alt season will come when this starts curving back down, right? But we're still anticipating, just another reminder, that Bitcoin dominance is going to collapse, right? We're expecting a descending triangle for Bitcoin dominance eventually, right? So yeah, but anyway, it doesn't look like it yet, right? I mean, of course, we could also dip down from here, but we'll see how it goes, right? We'll take things one step at a time. Ethereum ETH against BTC. Here we are for ETH. Yeah. So Ethereum, actually not just Ethereum, a lot of other Bitcoin pairs has been rallying against Bitcoin, which means that Bitcoin is dropping faster than everyone else. So you'll be like, oh, okay. And so that's why you will see it being reflected on the BTC pair. FBTC is actually rising. We still have our target over here at 0.055. It's going to tie in very well with our Bitcoin dominance target at 54%. You see that as FBTC drops, BTC rises towards 54%. Right, makes sense, right? Again, we are still adamant at this point of time that we should be dropping towards 0.055. Right, and then if we were to drop towards this low, I suspect there could be a very strong rally back up. Right, we could get something like an ABCD as we break higher. Right, I mean, of course, at the moment, you know, it looks like we could get ABCD, but we also could get bearish sharp patterns. Right, this could be a descending triangle as we head lower. Right, as we test support, would knock on it enough times, eventually it breaks. So there could be a break for FBTC, but again, we still don't see this, so we don't know what's happening over here yet. So we can only guess more accurately, right? Anticipate with more accuracy once the chart pattern is like maybe 90-95% done, right? Sometimes when it's like 60, 70 or 80% done, you'd be like, you could see the possibility of things playing out, but it's still not really confirmed yet, right? So yeah, the closer you are towards chart pattern completion, the more accurate things could be. ETH against USDT. Okay, we've already touched the skinny pink line, which is bad. We don't want that. So yeah, again, we were aware there was a head and shoulders over here. We were anticipating more downside. We don't have any clear targets for ETH USDT, but yeah, eventually we drop lower. Head and shoulders is a bearish chart pattern. Ta-da! So here we are down. Any clear signs of a high quality tradable chart pattern? No. We were saying that if we were to, you know, start rallying all the way to 3000, 3007, take out the right shoulder, that's it. The target is gone, right? But until that happens, we still remain loyal to our target at 666. Could things go very wrong for Ethereum? Yes, it could. If you look over here, we are about to complete a rising channel. Oh boy, this is not good. This is not good, boys and girls. It's not good, right? If you look over here, this whole thing, you could call it as a rising wage kind of a chart pattern. And rising wages hit lower. So 666 is not out of the realms of possibility. Right? But if Ethereum were to drop this low, very likely Bitcoin is also going to be dropping brutally low as well. So again, we're not entirely sure at this point of time. But this doesn't look good for Ethereum. Not at this point of time. Right, and if it were to drop to 666, I suspect that the recovery back up will be very fast. I suspect, again, it's just pure guessing. Like for example, over here, this was the COVID crash. And then, look at this, we just start zipping back up. That's it, sayonara. Right, so we could also get something like that. Zip down, sayonara, bye. Yeah, we could do something like this for Ethereum. Right, so again, have some dry gunpowder if and when the opportunity presents itself. We would love to take a trade for it, right? Especially towards the long side. Ethereum is a solid coin. So anyway, if you look at it on the daily, right, RSI, we are already oversold. It's not a good idea to be opening shots when it's oversold. I'm not saying you can't drop me lower. I'm just saying it's not a good idea to open shots, right? Again, you can always learn from history. The last time we were oversold, we were here. What happened? We had a rally. How many percent was this? 126%. Right. Could we still get another 126%? Of course we could. But you know, could we also be dropping lower? Of course we could. But it's not a good idea generally, right? Generally, to be opening shots at this area, right? You want to wait for things to at least consolidate a little bit, right? Maybe get another touch of the support, another rally or something, right? So, yeah. Again, Ethereum still has we still have our 666 target, and we still anticipate it to be hit at this point of time. We still respect the 666 target for Ethereum. BNB against BTC. Here we are for BNB. Again, left shoulder hit. Is it a small right shoulder Are we going to zip back down? Again, we're not too sure. Even for BNB BTC, we are severely oversold, right? So do you open shorts over here? Does it mean that we will, you know, just start rallying? But no, of course not. Again, we are not entirely sure what BNB BTC is trying to do. We suspect, right? We've been suspecting this for weeks, that we'll probably take out these lows, these two lows, sweep these two lows, and then come back up. That's the guess that we have for BNB BTC, right? How much lower are we going to go? We don't know. But potentially more lows for BNB BTC. BNB USDT. Here we are for BNB. Again, we still have our targets over here, 173, 122. More downside? Very likely. Very likely. Could we be wrong? Of course. Again, just like all the other charts that we have looked so far, we're already oversold. Last time we were oversold, what happened? We had a rally. Oversold. You want to open a short over here? Does it mean that, you know, we are going to have a confirmed 100% guaranteed rally? No. We could still drop from here, but it's not a good idea to open shorts when we're already oversold. So, yeah. Again, anytime. Yeah, here again. Another oversold incidents. What happened? There was a strong rally. Things are oversold. Rally. You see that? If you wanted to open a short, it would have been, you should have opened it over here, right? And then you take this trade down, right? Now that it's down, you don't open shorts, right? But does this mean we should go long from here? No, it still doesn't mean we should go long, because I still don't see a bullish chart pattern over here. This is a very bearish chart pattern. This is a mountain 1, mountain. It looks like mountain 2 in the making, right? 3, right? This whole thing could be a big descending triangle. We still could dip much lower, right? We're at 216. For us to hit to 122 is another 100%. Not 100%, I'm talking about 40%, bro. 122 to 216, yeah, could be 100%, right? But down is 40%, 40-50%. It's still a long way down though. So again, be very careful. Things are very uncertain at this point. So yeah, there you go. XRP against BTC. So for Ripple, we still have our targets over here, 5,008, 12,300. We're at 2,000, so more downside, more upside. Again, we're not entirely sure. All we know is that this is the accumulation zone. We could zip anywhere down and anywhere up. We could hang around above the center. We could also come back down under the center, right? And we could still be accumulating here. But we will anticipate more time to be spent at the upper half rather than being on the lower half. See how lower half is devoid of activity? This means that the whales are making preparations to eventually break higher. Doesn't mean we can't have a zip down, zip, and then we zip back up, right? Like over here, zip down, and then we zip back up. We could get something like this as well. So again, we're not entirely sure, but XRP is something, you know, you want to keep an eye on, keep an eye out on, because XRP has some, you know, stuff going on behind it, right? Not just XRP, but its cousin as well. Against USDT, here we are for XRP USD. I don't like this. We've really touched the skinny pink line, right? This was the SEC rally, woohoo! But then we got slapped, pow, all the way back down. Oh my god! Yeah, so it's not looking good. Could we turn bearish from here? Yeah, this whole thing could be a left shoulder, hit. If you get a right shoulder, we could zip back down, down, down. We still had our target, you know, for XRP at 16 cents, right? But you know, you can connect this straight, right? This is very scary. We actually had this. We took it off because there was a rally, and now we are getting slapped back down. So are we going to complete maybe a very big left shoulder, big head, and then that's it? We continue lower. Yes. Again, we're not entirely sure. It doesn't really look that, you know, convincing yet, right? We still need to see this. Until we see it, we can't. Excuse me, we can't make a move. Not yet. Not at this point of time. So there you go. Cardano ADA against BTC. Here we are for ADA. Okay, so for ADA, we still think that there's more downside, right? Higher lows. Yeah, you can draw a support line across. Yeah, this could be like a left shoulder hit. We could get a right shoulder, zip down. ADA BTC, right? The question we ask all the time is this the final low? Could there still be another lower low? Or could we just be forming higher lows? Yeah, this is just actually the whales forming clusters of stop sells, just to make it easier to pull lower, right? So whales will probably buy ADA right at the bottom. But at this point of time, I still don't see it yet. So be careful. ADA against USDT. Again, you can also draw a support line across. This is like a mountain number 1. Could we get mountain 2, mountain 3, head lower? Again, we're not too sure, right? All the way down, ADA has been pretty ugly. The only time we got a very nice chart pattern was over here, right? Mountains, mountains, mountains. You see this? It's a descending triangle. We had a target of 25 cents. We hit the target. After that, there was a rally. After we got a rally, we got slapped back down again. So it's like, bro, hey yo, bro, what is this? Yeah, again, we still don't see any clear high quality tradable chart patterns for ADA, so we're not going to be rushing into anything at this point of time. We are going to keep our gunpowder dry. We're going to be staying safe. We'll wait for the opportunity to present itself. Doge against BTC. Here we are for Doge. We're under the skinny pink line. Are we pretty severely oversold? Yes, we are. We're kind of, to be honest. Look at this. Oversold. Rally. But we had a lower low. Oversold again. We had a rally. Are we going to get a lower low? Not too sure. We're not too sure. But yeah, Doge BTC could see another lower low. And then maybe a strong rally back up, right? We are very oversold. So I would expect us to see some sort of a rally eventually. But I just don't see the chart pattern yet, right? Technicals is just quite poor for Doge BTC. Doge USDT is also not looking good, right? Because Doge USDT, we were saying that this is the head and shoulders, right? And we have a target over here at sub 3 cents at 2.7, and after that 2.2. Right now we're at 6.3. This is a long way down. Is this possible? Yeah. This is scary, right? Because if you look at Doge, let's look at another chart pattern. If you look at Doge coin, right? Bro, this is a descending triangle. Right? Do you see this? Mountain 1. I've been warning about this before, right? You see this? This is like a third mountain in the making. Mountain number 1, mountain number 2, this mountain number 3. It's gonna be a big fall. And if we were to fall, there's zero support over here. The next hint of support is at 1 cent. 1 cent. Could we drop that low? Oh my god. Oh my god. But anyway, we have two targets, 2.7 and 2.2. Right? Could be a big fall. Of course, I could be wrong. Things can just start going to $1 from here for sure. But this is a descending triangle. This is a very bearish chart pattern. Right? Every time we rally, we get slapped back down. Right? Rally, look at this slap. Sure, we could be rallying. You know, you can make an argument that we are also oversold. So because we're oversold, yeah, there could be a strong rally. Right? And we could form mountains here. It's not looking good, boys and girls. You need to be very careful. We're still loyal to our targets at 2.7 and 2.2. Solana against BTC. Here we are for Solana. Things are not looking good for Solana. Okay, USD pair, we'll get to it. Solana against BTC. We are at the skinny pink line. Will we break through or will we get slapped back down? If we get slapped back down, ladies and gentlemen, this will be mountain number 2. See this? Descending triangle. Mountain 1, mountain 2, mountain 3. That's it. We head towards 2000. We've had this 2000 target for a long time since December. Now it's already August, which is 8 months. 8 months later, we still have the target. We still expect the target to be hit at this point of time. Because why? We're still under the skinny pink line. We respect the skinny pink line. Because we're in a bearish trend. Respect the trend. Sol against USDT. Here we are for Sol. Again, Sol had hope. We had hope for Sol, right? We broke above the skinny pink line. We were expecting it to stay above and just continue higher. Skinny pink line starts curving back up, but we didn't, right? We got slapped. We've touched the skinny pink line. If you get zipped down, this whole thing could be a head and shoulders. Head and shoulders is a bearish chart pattern. So that's why our $2 target will still be valid as long as the right shoulder is intact, right? 222. $21 to 222 is a decimation, right? It's 90%. It's crazy stuff. It's 90%. So again, we're not entirely sure. I would like to see the chart pattern appear first. I want to see this before opening shots, right? We might get something else from here, right? It might not be a chart pattern. It might just start, zipping up and down randomly, and then we recover. Sure, of course, this could happen, but we're not entirely certain what's going to happen in the short term, but we can anticipate more downside, more likely than not, right? I mean, of course, we could zip higher as well, but technical wise, Sol is just not really that good, not at this point of time. So stay safe and don't rush into any longs for Solana. Don't do anything I wouldn't do though. Keep your gunpowder dry. Eventually the opportunity will present itself, but you need to be careful, right? I guess that's it for today's top 10 crypto TA. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Stay safe. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Ta-ta.